Hey, my Liptons. So I actually want to come in here and do a quick video because I actually have somewhere to be in a couple of minutes. But I did want to talk about because it's been a really long time since I did any pop culture news. So I was like, I want to put up. So I want to talk about something pop culture, but nothing has really been interesting to me. But a few things came out here and there over the past couple of weeks. I didn't want to talk about the this whole situation with Trump and what happened in surprisingly, ironically, I was actually in Pennsylvania when the whole quote unquote assassination attempt on Trump's life was going on. So that was crazy. But I didn't want to talk about that because I was just like, you know what? At this point, with the election is above me now. May the best devil win. So I left that alone. Didn't do a video. Didn't do a reaction to it. But what made me finally do a reaction, wanted to do a pop culture. Well, one, it's been a while since I did a pop culture video. And two, I did see, first of all, when I saw that Jellybean, at first I was like, wait a minute, Jellybean, the rapper? No, the country artist, whatever his name is. I thought him at first, but I was like, when I pressed the hashtag on Twitter, I saw that, oh, Jellybean Bryant, who was Kobe Bryant's dad, had actually passed away today at 69 years old. So I wanted to discuss that very briefly because I feel like, some people are going to have some thoughts about Jelly Bean Bryant, and I just have a few things to say. Also want to briefly give, you know, Kendrick his props because, he went number one again with Not Like Us. And lastly, I want to talk about Irv Gotti because Irv Gotti is being accused of some very heinous things, okay? Unfortunately, a lot of people in the hip hop world are getting accused of rape, sexual abuse, molestation, you know. They're getting accused of a lot of these things and it's crazy, but we'll get to that. I'll get to Irv Gotti last, but first I want to discuss Jellybean Bryant. But before I continue on with this video, please subscribe to the channel. Let's get up to 900 subscribers. The goal is to get up to 1,000. Thank y'all to all the new subscribers that are here. I appreciate y'all. Let's get into this video. So, y'all, I saw this news come out just now about Jellybean Bryant that he passed away, especially at age 69. And if y'all have been on my channel, y'all know that I'm not really the biggest sports fan like that. I don't do basketball, baseball. So I don't do those kind of reactions. It's just not my cup of tea. I do wrestling here and there, but some people don't consider wrestling to be a sport. But whatever. I do talk about some wrestling news here and there, but the reason why I wanted to give a quick reaction to this is because from like the outside looking in, especially when it comes to sports and basketball, I never really followed it like that, but I do somewhat uh as far as like, with the news concerning, Kobe and his parents. And at the time, it was like it crossed over to pop culture news, the fact that he cut his family off. And because they sold, he sold, I mean, his parents sold his merch or his items and so forth. And I think at the time, being from the outside looking in and not really doing my research, I was like, oh well, that's wrong of them to do that to Kobe, his son, whatever. But as I got older, and especially after Kobe's death, it really kind of like made me go into a little bit of a deep dive. I was also watching other YouTubers' videos on this whole Kobe Bryant and his dynamic with his parents. I know there's gonna be maybe there might be a few reactions that are gonna be like, oh well, Kobe's parents, sold his stuff. They weren't really cool. They weren't on speaking terms. But I think if one, I would like to give y'all guys a recommendation on a YouTuber that did a breakdown on the situation with Kobe Bryant and his parents. Her name is Lovely T 2002. I remember she did a video. It's kind of long, like a 40-minute video where she discussed the reason why Kobe's parents weren't at good terms with Kobe, especially with Kobe's wife, Vanessa Bryant, and their whole dynamic. And what was some of the tensions that were happening within that household. I suggest you guys go watch that video on Lovely T's channel about, Vanessa Bryant, Kobe Bryant's parents, and Kobe, because it's obviously there's two sides to every story, and I just don't like that, for the longest, Jellybean and his wife were seen as like the villains or the bad guys in this situation having to do with Vanessa Bryant and Kobe. And it's sad that like they couldn't put their differences aside before Kobe passed away. It's an unfortunate situation. And then on top of that, even before this news, I've heard news prior to this that like, Jellybean and his wife had to sell more of Kobe's stuff because they weren't being financially supported by Vanessa Bryant, which to me I find, I don't know. To me, it rubs me the wrong way. It rubs me the wrong way because it's like, at the end of the day, Jellybean raised Kobe upright. He made sure that his son became. There will be no Kobe Bryant, and obviously not him as a person, as a human being, but like the star that he became. Jellybean, his parents, they were the backbone of that, and I don't care what y'all say. Yes, I understand, like, they should have never sold his memorabilia, but at the end of the day, it's like, I don't know. I just feel like with that dynamic, especially with Vanessa Bryant, and then plus, don't get me wrong, like, the past is the past, that happened, but like, I just didn't like the way that, Jellybean was just treated, and his wife were treated in that situation, and their reasonings as to why, and there also the reasonings as to why there was so much tension between Vanessa Bryant and them. So to me, I feel like Jellybean deserves a lot of credit too. Obviously, Kobe became a star because because of his talent, but you know, Jellybean also put that battery in his back, made sure he went to the best schools, made sure, he got trained. Like, let's not sit here and act as if Jellybean didn't have a huge influence on Kobe. So to me, I think that it's a sad situation to see a father with, no, I feel like no parent wants their child to pass away before them, right? And the fact that your child, and then on top of that your grandchild died before you, it's crazy. And the fact that you weren't supported during the final moments of your life financially, to me is crazy. I just think that it's crazy that Vanessa did not support Jellybean during his final days. So that's just my personal opinion. RIP to Jellybean Bryant. There's a lot more to the story having to do with the dynamic between Vanessa Bryant and Kobe's parents. I suggest you guys go watch Lovely T's video on, on the Bryants and what especially their reasoning as to why there was tension between Vanessa. Because I think it would be too long for me to break down, and but yes, but rest in peace to Jellybean. I think that he, it's a sad situation. I hate this for the Bryant family. I hate this for them. It's sad. It's really sad. So, but yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about really quickly. Next, I also want to discuss Kendrick Lamar. Listen, Kendrick to me, Kendrick to me, I feel like I was actually watching the Pop Out show again, like the day before yesterday, on Juneteenth, and I was just like, man, like the way like Euphoria like really really grew on me. Like at first I was like, Euphoria is cool, but like the way it grew on me, like anytime like I listen to Euphoria, I always have to say, what is it, the braids? Okay, like I love that. I love that verse. I just love the fact that Kendrick is a performer. I think that people don't really, like, a lot of times you'd be like, oh, Kendrick is, no, that these rappers, they're boring, they like to just jump on stage and blah blah blah. But Kendrick has a really good stamina and stage presence, and his breath control is crazy. So I was just watching the Pop Out show again just the other day, and I thought that it was so dope. And Kendrick, he's one of those guys where it's like, this is like a rapper's rapper. And to see that Not Like Us went number one again, obviously, I thought it was cool. Kendrick, he's on a roll. He's definitely on a roll. This, to me, I was actually thinking the other day too. I was like, after, let's say like years from now, like let's say a good maybe 5, 10 years from now, would these rappers be cool again with each other? You know, J. Cole, Future, Drake, Kendrick, um, who, like, yeah, like, to me, it's like, because, you know, these were very, like, crazy, damning things that, you know, these rappers said about each other. And of course it can happen, because looking at like Jay-Z and Nas, you know, now they're cool and cordial with each other. And they said some horrendous things about each other during that, you know, ether era. So rappers have become cool, but like there's a part of me that was, but then again, it's like Kendrick and Drake, they never been friends to begin with. So I just feel like, you know, that relationship is never gonna, I mean, they might be cool maybe in the, but I think it's gonna take like a good decade or two. Like it's gonna take a while. It's definitely gonna take a while. I can definitely see Kendrick and J. Cole linking up again in the future. I think right now, you know, the wound is too fresh for those two. But but for Drake and Kendrick, I give it a good maybe 15 years. I give it a good 15 years. Like some of the, you know, and plus it's gonna look crazy on Kendrick too if he starts being cool with Drake again, or if he starts being cool with Drake in general, because it's gonna be like, you know, you accuse this man of being a pedophile, and now you're cool with a pedophile, an alleged pedophile, you know. So it's like, you know, I don't know. I don't see them really being friends. I can see Kendrick and J. Cole being cool again, but I just don't see the Drake and Kendrick thing ever happening. It is what it is. I can see Future and Drake being cool again, you know, because, you know, I can see that happening. So, yeah, I don't know. I was just thinking about that the other day. And I was like, you know, would these people ever be cool with each other ever again? Or be cordial or something? Then, we'll just have to wait and see. But shout out to Kendrick. You know, he went number one again. You know, Kendrick is on a roll. He's the one of the most talked about, if not the most talked about rapper of of 2024. Period. Period. So, and you know, Drake, and you know, people are saying, "Oh, Drake's future," and that's another thing too I don't like. And I wish I had Drake's picture here. There are people saying, "Oh, you know, this is Drake's funeral. Drake is done. Drake is not done. Let's stop playing these games. We're gonna stop acting as if Drake is not a whole international superstar. Okay, Drake just has to put out a cute little pop rap record, you know, by the end of this year or going into next year, and y'all be bumping and singing and, you know, pussy popping to that. Drake is not done. Just stop it. Of course, you know, he took some blows. He definitely took some blows, but I just don't think that, you know, this is just done for Drake, and people are just gonna stop messing with him. His fan base is gonna, you know, abandon him. It's like, no, like he still has his core fan base. He still has the people that support him. Hell, he has a good amount of the industry that supports him too. So it's like, we need to stop acting as if like Drake is done. So no, he's still gonna be here. Like, and plus, didn't he just sign like a $300 million deal or something with Universal? It's like, what makes you think Universal's gonna let their artists flop? No, no. So that's just my thoughts on that. I think, you know, people are just being overly dramatic with the whole Drake is done, his funeral is done. Like, no, it's not gonna happen. Lastly, ciao. Irv. And listen, if y'all have been here for a minute, y'all will know that I think I dragged Irv Gotti maybe 2-3 times on his channel. I think maybe 2 times, because he did 2 Drink Champs interviews, so it must have been 2 times that I did a video on him, because I just didn't like, I hated the way he just came out at Chauncey. Like, I just thought that it was very distasteful, very misogynistic. Like, I didn't like the way he came at her, and plus it was like, it was damn near, it was 2 decades ago. It was like 20 years ago, and you're still talking about this shit. It's just, I found it to be whack. And now Irv Gotti is being accused of sexual assault and battery. I don't know what's going on with these hip hop dudes. Diddy, The Dream, now Irv Gotti. It's like all these dudes are just being hit with lawsuit after lawsuit after lawsuit. They need to clean house within the hip hop. Like, at this point, it's like, who knows? Maybe someone is cleaning house, because the devil is coming to, you know, collect their pay. It's like, for so long, y'all been doing some weirdo, freakish shit, no Diddy. And now, you know, the clown is coming back to bite, you know? So, this says, and mind you, this situation is recent, apparently, allegedly, you know, what this woman is claiming. It says here, a woman claims in a Florida lawsuit, that the music executive and producer abused her throughout a 2-year relationship. Irv Gotti, the co-founder of Murder Inc. Records, is being sued for sexual assault and battery and intentional infliction of emotional distress. Okay, the Miami New Times reports a woman identified as Jane Doe filed a complaint. She is seeking a jury trial and damages, including those for mental anguish. In the complaint, Doe says she met Gotti, whose real name is Irving Domenico Lorenzo Jr. in summer 2020, which was like 4 years ago. After meeting the music executive and producer, invited Doe on vacation in St. Martin, where, according to the lawsuit, Gotti coerced plaintiff into having sex with him. Following the trip in the Caribbean island, Gotti and Doe allegedly entered a 2-year relationship. During the abusive relationship, Gotti demanded the plaintiff perform unwanted sexual acts and often berated and scolded her. As a result, Gotti's alleged abuse, Doe claims she has suffered severe emotional and psychological harm, for which she had to be committed to a psychiatric ward. She also says that she now fears leaving her home due to the alleged abuse and Gotti's apparent slandering of her to his vast social network in and around Los Angeles. Okay. It says Gotti's also the founder. All right. So this is like, I just wanted to get like a good little, summary of the lawsuit. I don't want to give y'all guys the whole 1-9. So listen, obviously these are all allegations. But I think, man, I want y'all guys to just go look at Irv Gotti's Drink Champs interviews. Like the way he just talks about women, like not only just Ashanti, like even the last Drink Champs interview that he was on, like he was like, oh, I got Dominican bitches, I got this bitches, I got that bitches, I got that. It's just like the way he talks, is very demeaning and berating towards women. And I'm not saying like, obviously these are all allegations. I'm not saying that, just because he talks like this means that he, committed these acts. I'm not saying that. At the end of the day, these are all allegations, but like, truth is stranger than fiction. And, to me, the way he just treated Ashanti, the way he talked about her, and it's like, even when you like revise that whole situation with Ashanti, it's like, while yes, she was an adult, like she was really young, she just entered the industry, mind you, Irv Gotti was married with children at the time, getting involved with an Ashanti and many other women, and it's like, and once, she wanted to move on with her life because, she probably thought that you were no good, and plus you were going through that whole FBI trial. Ever since that, you've been bitter about it. You've been upset about it. You've been trying to, diminish her success and what she and her legacy within this industry. And, you sold her masters out of retaliation for the fact that she said that she wanted to re-record her masters. So it's like re-record her music. So it's like, because you didn't want to give it back. And that's the thing with a lot of these quote unquote, pro-black dudes or black people. Oh my God. Like, it's the same thing with Diddy too. And especially, it's no shade, Jay-Z. Because it's like, y'all like to talk about this whole black this, black ownership, black this, but it's like, y'all never like to give y'all the masters back to y'all artists. Diddy, especially Diddy. Mace has been literally going back and forth with Diddy for years, having to do with his masters. Didn't want to give it back. Signing these artists to slave contracts. So it's like, to me, it's like, are y'all really about that black, black power, black success, black owned businesses? Or are y'all guys just black capitalists? Let's keep it a stack. Y'all love capitalism. So to me, I feel like, Irv Gotti, we'll see what happens. I'm gonna be honest with you, when I saw this news, I wasn't surprised. But because all these dudes, even the Dream, the Dream, and I didn't talk about that, but the Dream is going through a whole loss. And mind you, the Dream is a writer for Beyonce, Rihanna. Like, he has wrote a lot of hits for Beyonce and Rihanna, and many other artists too. I just can't think of them right now. So, Christina Milian, like, he also wrote for Justin Bieber. He's like one of the co-writers for Baby. So it's like, I don't know, these dudes, it's like once they get an inch of power, They don't know how to act. They don't know how to act. Child, we'll see what happens from here. I'll be following the situation, and let's see if he beats his case. You know, don't settle like Diddy, child, or else we gonna you see what he's going through right now. But anyway, y'all, that's just my thoughts on that. You guys tell me what you guys think in the comment section below. Please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Let's get up to, like I said, let's get up to 1,000 subscribers. Thank y'all so much, and I'll talk to you guys later.